Welcome back to the Gambler's Ruin Project, powered by SPECTRA AI, where data meets danger, and the Premier League gives us another set of fine margins to wrestle with. Today, we're heading to St. James's Park for an early kickoff. Newcastle United versus Manchester City. It's 44 degrees Fahrenheit in Newcastle, crisp, bright, with a W&W breeze at 5 miles per hour. Cloud cover sits around 68%, but Akulumin lands at a bright 7. So for once, visibility isn't the variable we need to fear. Let's start with where we are on the board. Manchester City come into this with an ELO of 1,638, the second strongest in the league behind Arsenal. Newcastle sit at 1,574, mid-upper tier, but still operating a tier beneath the true heavyweights. You can frame this however you like. Stylistic clash, press versus possession, power versus chaos. But the underlying truth is simple. City start ahead by every rating system we track. Let's look at absences. For City, Rodri is dealing with a knock and Mateo Kovacic is nursing an ankle problem. Those are two midfielders who control tempo, flow, and recovery patterns. If they don't start, City lose 12 to 15% of their stabilizing mechanics.
For Newcastle, the injury report is far from stable. Key contributors like Anthony Gordon, Tino Livramento, and Joel Linton appear on the list, along with depth pieces such as Ashby, Wissa, and Osula. This isn't catastrophic, but it does chip away at their ball carrying, wide progression, and midfield physicality, all areas you must have intact against Manchester City.
Let's move into the unified ensemble, the real engine behind Spectra. Here are the headline probabilities. Home win, 27.22%, draw, 32.41%, away win, 40.38%. That's not domination, that's competitive volatility. And when City fall into that 40 to 45% band, it usually signals a tactical grind rather than the usual systematic suffocation. Now let's break down the base models. Random Forest, leans City, Naïve Bays, actually leans Newcastle and the draw, LightGBM and XGBoost, steady toward a City win, ANN, narrow spread, but slants toward City with reduced confidence. This is what we call a non-unanimous convergence. The ensemble agrees on City, but the base models disagree on why. Expected goals tell the next part of the story. Newcastle XG 1.40, Manchester City XG 2.03. That's classic City, higher volume, higher efficiency, higher probability of a multi-goal output. Bootstrapped Poisson keeps things tight. Newcastle goals 1.42, City goals 2.00. CI ranges up to 4 or 5, but in practice the tails are rare. And in the Monte Carlo run of 10,000 simulations, home wins 2,758, draws 3,241, City wins 4,001. The top predicted score lines 1-2, 1-1, 0-2, 0-1, 2-2. This is a match where City win most of the time, but they rarely win by much. Here's how I would read it. Newcastle at home always generate a spike, crowd momentum, transitional chaos, set-piece pressure. Spectra reflects that. Their probabilities are meaningfully above their season baseline. But the models also see vulnerability, a defense that leaks under structured pressure, and a midfield that struggles to reset once stretched. City, meanwhile, aren't at full strength. But even a reduced City tends to control XG flows and box entry metrics. So the question is confidence versus variance. And the answer is low to medium confidence on a City win. Putting it all together, pick direction, Manchester City, predicted scoreline, 1-2, confidence, moderate, key risk factor. If City's midfield is compromised by injuries, the match slides toward chaos, and chaos is Newcastle's only path. This has been the Gambler's Ruin Project. All predictions are for informational and entertainment purposes only, powered by statistical models, not guarantees. If you or someone you know struggles with gambling addiction, please reach out. US, 1-800-522-4700. National Problem Gambling Helpline, ukbegambleaware.org or 080880202133. Bet smart, bet safe, and stay balanced. I'm Dominic. See you next time where the odds get cracked.